The devil is everywhere.
The devil, huh? The devil is everywhere.
Sinners. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers Smoke and Stack return to their Mississippi hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them home.
We've been gone a long time. We back now.
You twins?
Nah, we cousins.
I'm a huge Ryan Coogler fan. I have been since I first saw Fruitvale Station all those years ago, and Michael B. Jordan I thought was great in that film, and the two of them have been making movies together ever since. So what did I think of Sinners? I really enjoyed this flick, really enjoyed it. I was quite surprised how much I came out of the theater remembering the movie, talking about it with my wife, just having a great time at the theaters, while it's still being critically acclaimed and very well made. It's also very commercial and a lot of fun, and it's a blockbuster movie too. And I think that's the best thing that I can say about this movie, is that it mixes all these genres into this great film. And I love when movies do that. And Ryan Coogler has created such an interesting and cool film that just brings all these great elements together, and it's a really powerful movie. And so this was a really nice, refreshing movie. And I've been wanting a script like this for a while, where it takes itself seriously, but not too seriously, has its fun, but also is very rich thematically. And Ryan Coogler is the man to bring this kind of story to life, and I loved what he did with this film. This film looks great, it sounds amazing, it feels awesome, it's super entertaining, and he created some amazing shots in this film. There was a couple of times where I went, damn, look at him doing another great oneer, look at this great scene. There's a particular moment where the main character, besides Michael B. Jordan, his cousin, is playing music at the bar at the new establishment. And because his music and his voice and his guitar playing is so powerful, it conjures up the spirits of the past, present, and future. And there's this really cool singular take where it goes around the room as he's singing, and there's all these other people from different timelines, from ancient Africa all the way to guitar players in the 90s and 80s and stuff like that. And they're kind of intertwined in this scene. And it just shows the blues, the roots in blues music that they're playing is reflected all throughout different types of music. And so that scene is just so well done, so cool. And if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. It has so many layers and so much depth to it that I can't help but applaud Ryan Coogler. And where it's set in Mississippi in the deep south, just a beautiful production design and costumes and the cars in this movie and just the different locations that they go in this film. It's beautifully shot, even if it's creepy and scary at parts and bloody and gory, it's really well made. The music and sound of this film is astonishing. It's actually probably one of the best parts of this film is the sound design and the music. Ludwig Göransson, I think that's how you say his name, is a phenomenal composer and has yet again created another beautiful soundtrack with Ryan Coogler. He also did Black Panther, and I love that movie soundtrack. This movie is maybe even better in some ways, and I loved what he did with this movie. It sounds so fresh and original and cool, and it's blending all these genres. Again, with the music world, it's blending all these different genres, and it's such a well-composed score. I loved how this film sounded. It should definitely be nominated for an Academy Award this year.
I won! Congratulations! Out of my way, loser!
And believe it or not, this movie is a vampire movie. It's all these cool things. It's a historical period piece. It's a drama. It's a gangster film. It's a brother movie. It's a movie about myths and spirits and music. It's a movie about music, and it's a love letter to the blues and the roots of that sort of music genre. It's also a creature feature, a vampire action horror flick. Southern romance. Like, I love that Ryan Coogler took all these genres and threw them into this pot and made this beautiful stew that is Sinners. And then the performances are great. Michael B. Jordan plays the duo roles of Smoke and Stack, the twin brothers, and I loved his performance. Like, he was great in this movie. I love the subtle differences between the brothers, yet still similar enough that you, like, you know, besides looks, you believe that they had this chemistry in this bond. But also Haley Steinfeld was great in this movie. Jack O'Connell was particularly creepy and great in this flick. Delroy Lindo was awesome. Omar Benson Miller, and just a great solid cast leading this film. And they were all really funny, charming, sweet, you know, tragic, and filled with lots of character and life. And I loved how well these characters popped on the screen. And there are some gnarly deaths and gore in this film, so if you like action and you like horror and vampire movies, this is definitely one to check out. I can't believe that this movie was released in April. It should have been released at the end of September, beginning of October, to get you hyped for like the Halloween season, because this is a perfect Halloween movie. I think I'll be rewatching this again when Halloween rolls around next year. And this film is just super entertaining. Like, it is a awesome thrill ride, and this is kind of like a mix of art and blockbuster filmmaking, you know, mixed together, and I think it's appealing. I think a lot of people are going to love this flick. There are a couple of things that kind of pulled it down a bit, and this is maybe not necessarily a negative, but you definitely can see, like, From Dusk Till Dawn throughout this entirety of this film. Like, he basically made From Dusk Till Dawn, but, you know, in the deep south of, like, Mississippi, with this kind of cast and genre, and it's a little bit more serious than From Dusk Till Dawn, but you can tell it was highly inspired by that movie. And that's great, because I love that flick, and Robert Rodriguez is awesome. But apparently Ryan Coogler, his two biggest inspirations for this film were From Dusk Till Dawn and The Faculty, both Robert Rodriguez films. And you can see that in this film, not even just in the blood and the gore, but just kind of in the story arc and the way that this kind of story unfolds and how it ends. It's very similar in those beats. But for me, the biggest problem I had with this film is that some plot points are just totally abandoned partway through the film, or, you know, halfway through the movie. There's like a plot point with these Native Americans that are chasing this vampire, and that just totally gets left on the cutting room floor, gets utterly dropped, and never heard from again. And it was like, oh, okay, so then why did we have that scene? That's really weird. And so there are just some unsatisfying elements that way, story-wise. The other thing about this film is that it's a bit slow in the beginning, and that's not necessarily bad for me per se, because I love the character development in this movie and the way that it builds the anticipation, suspense. I love all that stuff, but, you know, pacing wise, it did feel a bit slow in the first 25-30 minutes of the film, but basically once they get going and the club is open, the movie really takes off. And then the last, you know, half hour, 45 minutes is just like a pure, you know, action adventure thriller horror film, and I love that. But yeah, there's a little bit of a pacing issue with this film, but besides those small things, I love this film. Like, I really did enjoy it. I can't wait to rewatch it again, and hopefully I'll watch it at like Halloween, which would be a much more appropriate time for this movie to be released. But I digress. I had a great time with this movie. Definitely worth seeing in the theaters. Go see it on a big screen, because it's totally worth it. I think you'll have an awesome time. It's always a good time. And ultimately, I would say this is probably going on to my top 10 favorite films of 2025. We'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Sinners an A. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, make sure you click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, while you're down there, comment down below, what did you think of Sinners? What is your favorite Ryan Coogler film? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you so much for doing that. And come back and check out some other movie reviews, such as Novocaine, Death of a Unicorn, a Minecraft movie. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next film.